Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors.
Skyesports Champions Series is the road to VCT event, and it's a dream project for us. So Riot Games was super happy, and they are also super interested to make a first ever film for Indian esports.
When the planning stage happened, we didn't want to do just another tournament. We wanted to make it like a huge esports experience. The idea came together and everybody liked it, and we grabbed this opportunity.
This film was very important film for us. I think ये project पूरे gaming industry के लिए it was a new step in the right direction. Valorant के लिए we had not seen someone take this big initiative.
बहुत ही लकी हूँ कि वो लोग ने मुझे ये शूट पे लिया है. I am excited as well कि जब ये वीडियो लॉन्च होगा तब एक्चुअली हाइप होने वाला है ये वीडियो फॉर श्योर.
This film, from an execution point of view, required a specific location because that location kind of gives you the texture, the tonality, and brings about that entire dark atmosphere that was needed.
The location is very spooky actually. आने के बाद पता चला कि ये जेल है, एक सेल है, तो मेरे को लगा कुछ तो haunted place है, ऐसा लग रहा था.
I mean, speechless. First of all, the costume and then the set. एकदम professional वाला vibe आ रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि Bollywood movie में काम कर रहा हो या कोई. मोहित भाई है और क्या बोल सकते हैं.
शूट करने में ही मतलब लाइक गूज़बम्स आ रहे हैं, तो वीडियो देखने के बाद तो क्या ही होगा लोगों का.
I'm in a jail, trying to get out of this hell. वो shot complete हुआ है पूरा, मेरे को भी पता नहीं, I'm just vibing.
The reason we wanted to treat this film in a black and white perspective is because we wanted to capture the emotions, right? The players are going through a lot of emotions, seeing the dark side in their personality and how sometimes it's easy for us to give up hope.
We wanted to show that they're all struggling, so we had decided let's go with a black and white look, and we are also having an option that we're just gonna keep their clothes and skin color.
So the psychology of this entire thing was when you're trapped into your own head, you don't know what is happening, whether you're fighting yourself or you're fighting your teammate.
Riot Games was super happy. Mohit and team given the pitch document and the storyboard. Literally, they were impressed from the day one. No one has touched the film concept, the real emotion concept. So we are aligned together to make a emotion out of it, because this kind of film has to come out to make the people to understand how we are serious about esports.
The logistical part to shoot in such a location is always the challenging part because it's an abandoned building or a bungalow, right? There's nothing here. So sorting out the food, the transport, the equipment, carrying all of that on this long staircase, it's crazy, but we made all of that happen.
Okay, you have to look at each other. Gussa आएगा, anger आएगा, and then anti आएगा.
There is always someone who's gonna come take you out of whatever cocoon you're living in. So that's what Anti did here.
चलोगे कैसे तुम लोग? मेन ये है because now media निकल गई है.
You all can match your thing, in unison and go with that confidence. Bollywood movie में जैसे 3 हीरो जाते सामने.
Action. Left, right, left. कौन बोलेगा?
I feel the negative emotion, the winner is the sitting shot.
The sitting shot, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The positive emotion, we have the standing shot.
We do not want to repeat visuals that are in the film already. So that made us look also differently. We tried different perspectives, different lightings.
When people hear gamers or players, Valorant players, they'll be like, okay, they just sit at home and they just play games. No, we also get to have a lot of fun, come outdoors, shoot, produce with all the amazing people here. So it's very much fun and exciting.
Kudos to Mohit and team, because they are making a esports player to act in a real film. That is the big hurdles I personally feel like.
Okay, chalo, you're ready for the game now. You get one, it's 2v1. You get one more, it's 1-on-1. But he gets you, you lose the round. You're getting this round very close. You can win it. Come on, you get the next one and it's a victory.
Walking के time पे ना
Skyesports Champions Series is the road to VCT event, and it's a dream project for us. So Riot Game was super happy, and they are also super interested to make a first ever film for Indian esports.
When the planning stage happened, we didn't want to do just another tournament. We wanted to make it like a huge esports experience. The idea came together and everybody liked it, and we grabbed this opportunity.
This film was very important film for us. I think ये project पूरे gaming industry के लिए it was a new step in the right direction. Valorant के लिए we had not seen someone take this big initiative.
बहुत ही लकी हूँ कि वो लोग ने मुझे ये शूट पे लिया है. आई एम एक्साइटेड एज वेल कि जब ये वीडियो लॉन्च होगा तब एक्चुअली हाइप होने वाला है ये वीडियो फॉर श्योर.
This film, from an execution point of view, required a specific location because that location kind of gives you the texture, the tonality, and brings about that entire dark atmosphere that was needed.
The location is very spooky actually. आने के बाद पता चला कि ये जेल है, एक सेल है, तो मेरे को लगा कुछ तो haunted place है, ऐसा लग रहा था.
I mean, speechless. First of all, the costume and the set. एकदम professional वाला vibe आ रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि Bollywood movie में काम कर रहा हूँ या कोई. I mean, मोहित भाई है और क्या बोल सकते हैं.
शूट करने में ही मतलब लाइक गूज़बम्स आ रहे हैं, तो वीडियो देखने के बाद तो क्या ही होगा लोगों का.
I'm in a jail, trying to get out of this hell. वो shot complete हुआ है पूरा, मेरे को भी पता नहीं. I'm just vibing.
The reason we wanted to treat this film in a black and white perspective is because we wanted to capture the emotions, right? The players are going through a lot of emotions, seeing, the dark side in their personality and how sometimes, it's easy for us to give up hope.
We wanted to show that they're all struggling, so we had decided let's go with a black and white look, and we are also having an option that we're just gonna keep their clothes and skin color.
So the psychology of this entire thing was when you're trapped into your own head, you don't know what is happening, whether you're fighting yourself or you're fighting your teammate.
Riot Games was super happy. Mohit and team, given the pitch document and the storyboard, literally they were impressed from the day one. No one has touched the film concept, the real emotion concept. So we are aligned together to make a emotion out of it, because this kind of film has to come out to make the people to understand how we are serious about esports.
The logistical part. The equipment, carrying all of that on this long staircase, it's crazy, but we made all of that happen.
Okay, you all have to look at each other. Gussa aega, anger aega, and then anti aega.
There is always someone who's gonna come take you out of whatever cocoon you're living in. So that's what Anti did here.
चलोगे कैसे तुम लोग? मेन ये है, because now media निकल गई है. You all can match your thing, in unison and go with that confidence. Bollywood movie में जैसे 3 हीरो जाते साथ में. Action. Left, right, left. कौन बोलेगा?
I feel the negative emotion, the winner is the sitting shot.
The sitting shot, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The positive emotion, we have the standing shot.
We do not want to repeat visuals that are in the film already. So that made us look also differently. We tried different perspectives, different lightings.
When people hear gamers or players, Valorant players, they'll be like, okay, they just sit at home and they just play games. No, we also get to have a lot of fun, come outdoors, shoot, produce with all the amazing people here. So it's very much fun and exciting.
Kudos to Mohit and team, because they are making a esports player to act in a real film. That is the big hurdles I personally feel like.
Okay, chalo, you're ready for the game now. You get one, it's 2v1. You get one more, it's 1-on-1. But he gets you, you lose the round. You're getting this round very close, you can win it, come on. You get the next one and it's a victory. वॉकिंग के टाइम पे ना एंटी का एटीट्यूड काफी आ रहा है. यू कैन ऐड अ लिटिल बिट मोर ऑन द स्टेज. वो दिखता है, एक स्लोमो है ना, तो एक वो एक्सप्रेशन दिख रहा है. तो वॉक इन दैट फुल पावर.
One thing I would like to tell is South Asia has to rise up. So this is the right moment. We have to go for the global and we need to win the global trophy. And the people who are watching this has to support Indian teams and South Asian teams and the region from Southeast Asia. Give the more confidence to the players and teams to go to the global level.
There's a place where we can go tonight. The rhythm will make it right. Where everyone is happy and the sun will shine all night. We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Get your feet up on the floor. So when the world feels dark and friends seem hard to find, you know how to light a spark just to let your worries unwind. When you're down, there's just one way to go. Let us ascend tonight. Everyone could be so happy and the sun will shine all night. We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Why don't you let yourself slip out of control? We could have a good time, let everybody sing. Get your feet up on the floor.
How I liked the video. Video was commendable, no doubt, but now I really know after having a look at BTS behind the scenes about what exactly it took to create such a beautiful video and inclusive of content creators, players. So it is not an easy way to do it, but he did an amazing job. Of course, SCS was the main motive there, much more to follow.
Exactly, and Rishinder Sinha, what a talented person, and he used to be a damn good cinematographer. Of course, his contribution has been immense to the Indian esports scene, and his contribution is obviously a much more than just this video that has been created. The cinematics, the quality, everything was spot on, and it really highlights the whole message of South Asia Arise. You know, the teams, the players who have been working tirelessly to get to the top of the APAC scene, they all will be facing today evening. But before we see the best teams in India duke it out with each other, we're gonna have some of the best content creators going up against each other in a fun, entertaining game. Say hi to Team Chiller and Team Bautabi.
Well, I believe Raka is ready with his aim. Zaya as well looks well prepped. But who looks hyped up? It is none other than Batura with the double thumbs up being shown a little while ago.
On your screens right now are Eclairs, you have Vatsal right there. By the way, Vatsal and Archangel, both of them from Global Esports, they've represented India on the Overwatch World Cup, so that is amazing. Of course, we've got the VLT boys in the audience as well. Shout out to my boys over there. And while we wait for the content creators to load up in the game and start their matches, let me just remind you that this is just the tip of the iceberg, just the start of the day. And while the start of the day is going to be a little more chill, a little more entertaining, the heat is going to become unbearable towards the tail end of the day when the best teams are going to start competing against each other.
For sure. The day is just begun. The entertainment is also about to start, and it is going to start with a map of Split. Let's see how entertaining these guys can end up to. I would definitely want to see some knifing and slicing and dicing, because for sure we don't see that action coming into the entire tournament, but the game of entertainment might give us that blingy episode of knife. But is that going to be a part of action or no? Still, they are yet to decide. Or do they get the opportunity? Still, they get to decide the same. Ankita right in front of us. Today, not as a player, but soon. She's also going to join in. And yeah, peace, Ankita. We love you lots.
I would wonder what would happen if some of these professional players came in and started to play against these content creators. I think that also should be one of the things we do. I'm just throwing ideas out there, man. Like, imagine Amatrasu and all the VLT boys facing off against a team of content creators. I want to see what really is the difference between a professional team and the content creators. The level of skill and the level of coordination that's different between these two people. Of course, while all of these players, all of these content creators are talented individually, how well can they gel together today? How well will they be able to put their differences aside and put together a good game? Ace wearing a Contra t-shirt, a man of culture right there.
Yeah, the Contra t-shirt. Now, as soon as you say that, he's also ready to point it out proudly, showing it to all of us. And the players are definitely setting it up for themselves to start a new journey. And it is not only one day where we are going to have content creators battling against each other, but now the smiles, the gestures of content creators has also moved into a little bit of serious zone. Rather, Raka still, as always, ever smiling, ever happy man.
And I wonder who will be the first person to frown. I wonder who's going to be the first one to get off his chair and start screaming and hurling abuses. Maybe start, flipping off the other people, or maybe even bad manner, showing their bad side, their rude side to the other content creators. I'm telling you, man, these video games, they're dangerous. They bring out all the colors in a person. You can see their happiest side, you can see their saddest side, you can even see them rage sometimes. And while everyone's smiling right now, I want to see who's going to be the first person to break a sweat, who's going to be the first person to let out an angry growl, or maybe even a scream.
Right now, though they are battling against each other, but they are all good friends. So whatever happens on stage is not going to continue longer. But for sure, we are here for the action on stage, and we would want to see that. And
I mean, it will probably continue later tonight when these guys sit down to have dinner and just chill with each other. And yeah, that's probably when we'll get to see that. But the agent selection is live, so let's take a look at what is happening. Lunatic's going to be playing KO. We have Pinxes on the Omen, Eclairs on Sage. We have Chabra Sahab on Chamber. For those of you who don't know, Archangel explicitly requested us to call him Chabra Sahab. I don't know why, maybe he enjoys being called that way. And then we have Vatsal on the race. Vatsal, of course, being Nightmare over here.
And he is going to be the Nightmare, though not Fade. Those who understand, they are going to understand. And now we are going to talk about the other side of the team, about what are the selections. We also spot the Omen on the other side. And KJ was also spotted. Yeah, here we go. We do have Zaya as a KJ, Raka as Sage, Lord Batura as a KO, and we are also seeing Euphoria as Raze, Hydra as a Omen as well. Team is pretty balanced for the map of Split, except for the Sentinels. Let's see how are they going to fight out, because one Sentinel is going to be a little offensive by putting a turret, swarm grenades, and on the other side, if you have a look at the chamber, though, we cannot forget the Headhunters. We cannot forget Tour de Force, very aggressive, but talking about the utilities like teleports and also the slow traps, those are just going to be those are just going to trigger, not going to deliver any damage. So it is going to be the not only fight between the content creators, but also the fight between the difference of the Sentinels there, and how everything is going to move on. Players look pretty chill to me, Crips. They are pretty happy as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're chill for now. That's what I've been saying, right? All this calm, composed faces, all this, how do I say this? This poker faces, some of the people that they have over here, they're all going to turn into something maybe even beautiful, maybe even ugly. We don't know what lies ahead of us. But the only difference between the team over here is basically the KJ versus the Chamber. That's majorly the main difference. And while we have seen some of the professional teams play Sage in very creative ways, I'm assuming that over here, we're not going to be seeing all that much. At max, we're probably going to be seeing mid-vault Sages almost every time, and those Barry Robs being destroyed right at the start of the round. I mean, that's what I expect. If someone can surprise us and do something else, I would be more than happy to see that.
Surprises and shockers are on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope you are pretty excited to see those surprises hopping in pretty quickly. And why are the fingers getting cracked? They are prepping up. They want to crack some necks, crack some heads. Let's see how easier it is going to be. But I do like the way Zaya is happy about herself, how she is chirpy right now. I really want this to continue. No matter they win, no matter they lose, and that is the best part of content creators. They don't care about the winning part or the losing part. What they actually care about is their entertainment, their happiness, and their team spirit.
There's a few things that we need to point out over here, though. We know for a fact that Euphoria and Batura are both content creators for Velocity. Meanwhile, Vatsal and Archangel are managerial staff at Global Esports. 2 players from Velocity on one end, 2 players from Global Esports on one end. While the teams are yet to face each other in the tournament, we might have a mini El Clasico between the content creators right here and right now, as both these guys represent their orgs.
Let's see how it is going to end up, because many have been predicting about the SCS entirely, which is a long way to go, that might end up with a Well Clasico. As soon as I say that, we are also heading for the very start of the map of Split. Pretty basic, nothing unique except for the team Chill RR. They are trying to start immediately with the Split. Now with the pistols only round, they are playing Split. I don't know how they are going to pan out, but they do have something in their mind.
Well, Team Chiller, these guys basically on the attacking side and Bokal side. Sorry, Bokal side on the attacking side and Chiller on defense. Let's start with the show match, ladies and gentlemen. The content creators are here to give their best foot forward. Not contested by the defenders. That's pretty surprising, though. It will draw the rotations to some extent, but still no contact has been made towards any part of the match. But flashback out at max, but he won't be able to get any kills.
Batura getting the information that he wanted, that, yeah, the players are there, and Zaya still holding the location. He revealed as well with the 0 point. The presence is detected. Boombot is going to reveal furthermore, but he is going to move away and also destroy the Boombot. On the contrary, on the other side, Flick is able to get 1 frag for himself, outnumbering, and Raka is also going to be assistive, and U4 with the Boombot is going to take down Princess. What a destructive nature right now coming in from the side of Team Bhokal. I really don't know exactly what it means, but I believe it means a cyclone or something.
Does it? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it means that. But yeah, decent performances from the defenders over here as they just decimate all of the people who were trying to cross in towards the pillar region. And as they try to cross that area, most of those players from B Heaven were just raining down lead and hellfire upon them. There was a brief moment where I got worried because Lunatic and I believe it was probably Hydra, they just passed each other in the smoke without being detected. But UFO is going for some fancy footwork, the judge in hand. He's reached all the way up until the mouth of A main, but he won't be able to spot anyone just yet, courtesy of this dark cover. Forced to fall back and relinquish the area after taking a bunch of damage, but he can't even get healed. The Sage has been taken down.
Flick still holding, the smokes are all gone, and now he is going to hunt for the kills. Does he know that there's 1 player waiting while all others have made away, far away? But Flick is also not going to go empty-handed. He's going to take down one of the key players, Nightmare away. U4 with the judge. Now this is somewhere risky angle to hold on to, but there's only 1 player pushing in through the main. Look at other players. They are trying to enter through the mid, and mid is already contested pretty strongly by Chill.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's good to see their faces at one point, but Hugo was already pretty low on health, and he's only got 15 HP left. With that judge, he can probably make a difference. Both are making a difference of his own towards mid, getting those kills and ready to peak once again. The Lunatic lies in wait. With the KO battle ending,
30 seconds
the remaining attackers are headed towards the A side. With the spike on their backs, they must hurry inside. There's only 20 seconds left. And while they can easily go for the plant, getting into post-plant positions will be difficult for these girls.
These girls survives at least. They have got the opportunity to plant the spike, but will they be able to survive? Outnumber them. Let's see. They are going to still stick to the same positioning, and they haven't given a heaven plan. That is the best part, at least for now. Princess going for some smoke to create a room where Eclair is going to hold on to, but 0 point is going to reveal. Now there's no hide and seek happening, but Eclair is going to take down 2 players already. Lord Batura with a triple, and it is a finisher. UFO sticking to defuse, and it is going to be a 2nd consecutive round for the victory for Team Bhokal Tide.
Well, 2 rounds in a row, no surprises over there. At least they were able to get the spike down, and that's what I was happy about. With this, they have more than enough money to not only buy armor, but even if they lose this one, they should be able to buy cheaply in the rounds after this one. So the next 2 rounds are pretty much sorted for them. a bonus round is going to be in effect. But since so many casualties have taken place on the side of Team Chiller, I'm assuming some of them will at least upgrade their weapons to Phantoms and Vandals. Wait, none of them do it. All right, then. Looks like they're going back for the judges. Let's see if it actually pays off this time. UFO wasn't able to do all that much with the judge last time, courtesy of the dog cover coming through. But maybe if his team can set him up for success, it would be amazing. Nanoswarm must be activated, but can't get done. They're all going to cross through. They use the barrier rock to cross around the other side. Archangel exchanging frags along with Raka. And while they wait to get into the side and blunt, the attackers are kind of trapped over here around the other pillar side. Raka could have stayed back and maintained the advantage, but he had to go away and relinquish his life. And now all the pressure's on Batra. Up. There's a Raze who's trying to throw in the satchel. Meanwhile, Batra going ahead with the spray down on everybody. Dispersing and dismantling this attack before it even begins. Spike plant denied, and he wants the quad. He shouldn't be able to get this one. Lunatic wins the KO duel this time around after losing last time. But with his position revealed and Spike down in no man's land, how can he recover this one? The break-in of the barrier rob should allow him to go around the other side, but will Flick see this? Hydra Flick has no idea. He's still expecting him to be in B main. And Lunatic is passed by each other. They have literally walked past each other without realizing this one.
And now the realization is gone, except a 0 point being used. Getting the control of the spike is going to be easier. Flick still expecting the player through the heaven and not so more. Lunatic already had the angle,
like
but
this.
Flick is going to put a shutdown. This is going to be a triple for Team Bokal. Now Lord Batura almost won it. Almost won it. And here comes the end again, favoring in the favor of Bokal. Not so easy, yet not too difficult to control the situation. We do have some hoardings to read, and Crips, you do it best.
The best down south. Obviously, that's a shout out to my man Bathura out there. And he doesn't need any shout outs. He's the man screaming on top of his lungs, ripping apart everyone's heads on top of the scoreboard right now. Double the amount of frags on almost everyone in the lobby. Let's see if we can continue doing this. A lovely spray down from Bathura this time. Gets his team the advantage, but Raka going for the early peak. Nightmare won't let him fall back, and that's first blood.
Zaya trying to go, peek in. No information. Again trying to go for the heaven view. They are trying to walk through smokes. Now this looks pretty risky because there's one angle that Lunatic might miss it, and he does miss it. Lord Batura once again is going to take down. Battle of KO lost previously, one right now. Nightmare is going to take down Lord Batura. Immediate trade taken, and now it is all about Flick. Takes down one. He's going for the follow-up, and then comes the team support. Zaya is going to put a shutdown to Pinkses as well, and it is one-sided match happening. Well, Team Chill needs to make sure they come up with some new sets of skills, because they have two immortals working in their team.
Rank doesn't matter, Danya. Rank does not matter. What matters is the teamwork. Bathura peak. I mean, up until a few months ago, we used to say Scar peak as a meme, because this guy would peek you so wide that his team turned that into a meme. And that's why Revenant Esports are still doing well in the tournament. But hey, Bathura peak is something else, man. Let me tell you that. Once again, they are able to win the round on the back of heavy mid-aggression. But the moment I say that, once again, that aggression will be punished for. This time towards mid once more. Oh, UFO. Cheeky angle held, and that's the death of Archangel as well. But the numbers tied. The only person who can make a massive difference over here is going to be the Sage at the bottom of mid right now, who's on the verge of entering market. I do believe that could be Eclairs. Yep, and Raka has spotted Eclairs crossover to the other side. Backstab on the way already. If he can stop the spike from being carried over to the other side, this would be amazing. But Eclairs safely crosses towards the other side, should be able to go for the plant. The fragment will do little to deny the plant, as she will continue tanking it.
Lord Batura going for some flashes. Flash worked wonders, but the frag could not be executed. But Nightmare had plans.
Oh,
no! The beams were shut down here, and fire again, once again. Everything going round right, and then comes the U-turn. Something is not working right here. Bokal literally not only storming, but also giving some earthquakes by putting the showstopper to shut down.
Oh, and regardless of the showstopper getting taken down, these teams are unaffected. The retake is still successful. The myriad of utility dumped towards the back of side, including the slow orb and the paint shell combination. That was perfect. The showstopper would have been an overkill on top of that, but hey, at least we got to see some bird hunting action as Razes get shut down mid-air. Once again, it's a 5-0 lead, and it seems like Lord Bathura and the boys, they indeed are the best down south over here. Can anyone best them over here? Maybe this tour de force can make a difference.
Now this is going to be a triple rush happening. U4 alone cannot control everything, but he does have information, sending a paint shell, going in, and there's no information whatsoever. He did go for a good attempt, used all the utilities except for one satchel, still saved. On the course, Lord Batura trying to get a good angle. Raka on the course as well has witnessed not only one player but multiple, but Nightmare had his own plans, taking down U4 already. Archangel with a tour de force is also put to shut down by Lord Batura. Now they are equalized, and Lunatic will be taken down by Lord Batura. Once again, the fight of the chaos is never going to end.
All three attackers have their ultimates online. You've got the showstopper from the shadows and the resurrection. I do believe that resurrecting your teammates is going to be a bit difficult on mid over here because Bathura's playing charge. But maybe you can teleport and maybe go for the plant and gather information on the back of it somehow. A ramp under control by Team Chiller. Remaining people starting to creep up mid, and the timer is ticking down. They need to hurry right now. A resurrection will most likely come through, but it won't get punished. At least it will reveal their intentions, and with the limited time that they have, another resurrection will be forced on the other side. Back to a 4v5, but time is ticking away, and they need to go for the plant right now. The spike still hasn't made its way into the side. Bathura trying to play as the roadblock over here. Will he be able to block them at all? He does encounter two people, and Lunatic tries to get away to the other side. He will be saved, but the spike carrier isn't safe at all. They drop the spike the moment it tries to go for the plant, and that is it. The end of the round, and Team Chiller still in the lead.
Lead? You call it? It is a nil happening for Team Chiller, and they need to make sure they work out somewhere. Bhokal is working strongly. And let's see how everything is going to work out in the future. 6-0, they need to make sure they make the most out of it. Eclairs is still going to take the responsibility of the spike. Nightmare has got the ultimate ready, Pinkses as well. And these two ultimates can aid, can assist, but will U4 allow that to happen? Nightmare is definitely not going to U4 to decide furthermore. He's going to put a shutdown as well. Pinkses is also on the verge trying to enter. They get the side control, almost though, because Lord Bathura with the flash is trying to get the side entry, and not only that, he's also put to shut down. Nightmare on the edge, living on the edge as well, with just 4 HP for himself.
Living on the edge, that's the lifestyle right there. Lunatic with a life taken of his own. This guy is unstoppable. He's already reached the bottom of heaven. Flick is so paranoid about Lunatic's position because he could come from either side. But if Flick plays the bait over here, Nightmare can swing along the other side. Will they be able to find each other? Nightmare gets it done, and he takes the first round for his team.
Much more than necessary, at least to build up some momentum. And as soon as we say that it was a 6-0 happening, now there's no more nil to say they do have one point. And this might be the one step that was much more than necessary to go ahead, grab a little closer before the side switches, and losing one round is equal to exchange of lots of words. Eclairs OP is coming in on the banner. Yes, girl, we all know Eclairs is OP. She is playing pretty well Sage here, planting the spike right on time.
You know, there's this common question that people ask, Melody itni chocolatey kyun hai? I want to ask, Eclairs itni pro kyun hai?
Now that was pretty cringy, Crips. No, not mean expect.
Hey man, you gotta embrace it.
Raka will hold the mid. Round is all started. It is going to be a triple stack push coming in through the mid. Let's see how it is going to pan out, because they are dumping all the utilities in the mid as soon as they realize. Once again, Pinkses is going for the sneaky play, and Lord Bathura is falling for the trap. He is trying to make a move away. As soon as I say that, the trap works no more. Indeed, he's trying to go up close and personal, but Pinkses is going to take down Lord Bathura. Now that is massive. That is a step closer towards the victory, and maybe a step closer towards the second round.
And while they're getting picks on A, they've already started taking control of the B side. You've got Nightmare, who's already reached all the way to its CT spawn. Could be intercepted by Raka, but Nightmare's faster this time. Zaya also will be able to catch Nightmare off guard, but will she be able to make any more difference over here? Still able to win the duel against Archangel. The duels are being forced. Plant cannot be denied, but definitely the man advantage can be neutralized.
Spike planted. wall is not going to allow them to push through the spawn. Paranoia for a while, but Flick plays his own game, put a shutdown to Pink says the girl who took down Lord Batura, the man from the south, the best man from the south. But now Flick is also taken down by Lunatic. The fight of the chaos is ending here. Zaya, the last person. Is she going to take down 1v2 battle? If the duel goes 1 versus 1, it might work out. And it is happening as soon as I say that. Lunatic is going to save the day and get the second round of victory.
Well, at least they're chaining together these rounds. If they win back-to-back, they can start building up the economy, and that is when the things will get exciting. Still, this was a little discombobulated round. We didn't expect them to be so coordinated in the first place, but imagine what would have happened if Zaya had backup over there. Things would have been so different if people were forcing fights against it to its CT, and then more and more backup came in through heaven. The plant could have been stopped right there, and this whole round could have been different. But it's still fine. Bokal Tide are still in the lead, and it's not like they're being challenged at all. But the moment I say that, Archangel, he's going to turn things around. Finally, it takes Lord Batura a lot of HP to stop his killing spree. But will he be able to win against Lunatic? They're both facing him at the same time, but Batura falls back, and Zaya pays the price with her life. Flick wants to make things right. He tries to go in for the fight. The angle up close, gets the weapon, but can he fall back? He's cut from the shadows. He can get away from there if things get messy. But Eclairs, she's sussy about this position.
They are on the move. Spike is still to be collected, and I believe they are on the move to collect the spike. Spike will be taken, and side A is all empty and shall be in control in no time. Flick is also on the move. Now this is ample time for the rotations happening, for the decisions to be taken, and the decision is possibly made. It is all about A, but what is Batura up to is still the question here. Nightmare taking an entry, side control given, spike planted, almost planted, and now 2 men surviving on the side of Bokal with little to no HP. 1 touch, 1 bullet rubbing off the shoulders. I believe that is going to be an entire shutdown.
Yeah, they've already got a foot in the grave. They've got the man disadvantage as well. There's absolutely no way that they've got the advantage over here. But the moment I say that, Batura speaks louder than me, says that his HP is no longer a factor. It's his positioning and his aim. They've dueled it down to a 1v1. And at this point, the HP doesn't matter. It's the numbers and the trades which Eclairs will triumph over.
Where's the banner girl? Now this is the time to show us Eclair's OP. Well, very well played with the 2 kills for the finisher, though the HP was pretty low and this round was almost done and dusted. The moment Archangel pushed in, took down 2 players. Lord Batura with the frenzy was able to take the player down, but then ultimately it was not severely enough to pan it out into their favor. But now we are going to move in towards the next round, and the scores are speaking for itself. A combo for Flick and Lord Batura is functioning pretty good. For Nightmare, he's the only player on the double digit, and it is a 5-stack push happening against Flick. What is going to happen? Well, what else? Archangel is going to take the advantage out of it and put a shut down there.
Be careful while crossing the road, kids. That's what Euphoria says. Gap in the wall is all he needs to puncture their lungs and put them in their graves. Oh my god, the moment I say that, Zaya with an insane triple kill comes through the frag. What? Are you serious? Batura burns Lunatic alive, and just like that, in a matter of seconds, the round it turns on its head. They don't even get to plant the spike. Almost everyone was forcing their way into the back of side, and that's where Zaya lied in wait. She was ready to pull the trigger the moment they lined up in their crosshair, and she just sprayed them down in a single felt swoop. Now that is a power pack performance. We've seen such spray downs from Lord Batura. We've seen such performances from Zaya as well, and these spray downs that Team Bokal Tide is able to get again and again is what's keeping them in the lead.
UFO is having an angle, but it was an operator against him. UFO lost all the HP, and let's see if he's going to survive furthermore. Gets the kill? No, not yet. He said so many utilities jumped in, and UFO is going to still stick to the same position. On the course, the players are on the move, trying to go ahead, backstab them, and this is going to be the perfect room of opportunity for grabbing all the kills for free. Are they going to go all free hand, or it is going to be a little troublesome?
Archangel can't go across the crossing. Yufu picks him off as he tries to make that one. Eclairs though, her backstab will be detected, but they don't know that there's another player on the other side of this one. The Paranoia has Lunatic blind and Batura capitalizes on it. That is what they needed. The perfect bait. Eclairs was baited, let's be honest, she could have done more, but it worked out in the end because the positioning from that Omen, the positioning from Hydra Flick was perfect enough to get this round in the bag. And with that, these guys are on 8 points. Now, if you guys are superstitious, if you believe in the 9-3 curse, you would probably want Bokal Tide to win so that we have a nice comeback and maybe even a competitive game of sorts. But for now, it doesn't seem competitive. It does seem a little one-sided for now. Nightmare and Archangel do need to step up in this situation, but there are several ultimates available on the side of Bokal Tide, and this could be a problem.
Well, Lord Batura definitely tried to create some problems there. The problems were not convincing here. And Nightmare rushing in, taking down Euphoria already. Raka trying to go for the slow, but that is not going to work well. Nightmare going with the showstopper. No damage delivered. That was the dump of an ultimate. Low HP, sure. Is he going to go for the frag? He definitely needs to, because if he's not, he has used away all the utilities. He still holds on to his paint shell. And Zaya is again re-healed by the teammate, but still. Zaya will be taken down. Lord Batura, the savior, once again pops in, takes down Nightmare, also flashes the side, but there is nobody on the side. Zaya is revived on the course, and it is going to be once again 4 versus 4, except for 3 ultimates ready on the side of Bokal Tide.
And all 3 of those ultimates can be really helpful in a retake situation. That is, if they allow them to plant the spike in the first place. Archangel's already inside screens, and there's no way Flick could have predicted this. He can even cut off all the rotations. What good will those ultimates be if they cannot even let the lockdown get in place? Bathra pops the null command, forcing everyone to fall back deeper into their spawns. But Archangel still holding the angle. Destroys the rendezvous, and Archangel pre-fires across the corner. Zaya with the instant trade. Does she have enough room to plant that lockdown? She has to. She's got no choice. A revive will come through for Batra, and he's going to be back upon his feet, but there is another resurrection available on the side of Team Chiller. I don't know if they'll be able to pull it off in time, but this lockdown forces them to the other side. Another one in the corner. Batra should be able to pre-fire, and they're getting all the kills. Team Chiller is falling like flies. A long flank is coming through from Lunatic, but will he be able to stop Batra? Yes, he can! Batra reacts in time, stops this from happening, but it's not enough to defuse the spike. 8-4. And there's no 9-3 curses over here, only blessings and smiles, depending on which side of the stage you're on.
Once again, it was Archangel getting the first pick. If he works, the team works well. If he cannot, the team is unable to. So let's hope once the sides are switched, they are going to play a little better. And now it is the time. The sides are going to be switched. A very well played round coming in from the side of Bokal Tide, but are they going to play the same way? Or there's going to be any switch happening? Because Zaya also has some switch on and off buttons. The moment she's activated, she's able to get that triple. And the moment she is down, we have seen her getting taken down, but then the resurrection again brings her up, totally charged up and getting some extra frags.
It hurts, doesn't it? Having a resurrection available, not being able to use it in time, carrying forward an ultimate into the next half, and you can't even use it. Excali showing peace signs. The only difference is these content creators have no intentions of any sort of peace whatsoever. It's just gonna be a pure bloodbath in the second half as Team Chiller goes across towards the defender side. They're trailing right now by 4 rounds, but it's not that big of a lead, is it?
Sure.
Do you think a comeback is possible?
For sure it is. The way Archangel is finally making its way, paving its way, it is quite possible, quite doable. But talking about other side, once Lord Batura starts to pop off, I believe all the headshots are working wonders, and the scorecard is already showing a lot more than we can. He is the only man reaching to the scores of 20 pointers. And look at the KD, it is like 2 kills per round. Now that is massive already.
Once again, Lunatic making first contact towards the other side. The 0 point should be able to detect almost all of them. 3 attackers revealed towards this side, and still they have the cojones to go for the orb collection. Oh, he tried to go for a one-way smoke, but it failed and fell down to the ground. Hey, it's not a problem. They still should be able to delay the push towards the B side, but that's the problem over here. Is Bokal Tide even attempting to go towards the B side? Oh, I think there might be something wrong with the HUD. Buckaltide is on the defensive side right now, so you gotta keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Don't mind the names, but do mind your head, because Flick is gonna take it off.
They are for stacking push, and they've got the side control, and this is fairly enough for Zaya to plant the spike and again move away, fairly away. Now Lunatic coming into the action, but Raka is not going to allow a single bit of action from his side, and now Eclairs trying to move in through CT. Will she be allowed? And Wall is going to stop the players to move in, but will Headhunter also stop furthermore? No! Flick is going to work a little quicker than the Headhunter there. Lord Batura pushing it in. I was expecting a knife happening, but wasn't allowed. Zaya took away the frag. I really wanted to see the knife happening, Crips. I said it from the start, but...
You didn't want to see it happen?
I did want to.
Okay, okay. I mean, I didn't expect Batra to go for the knife right then and there, you know? In situations where there is one person trapped in a corner and all four people are trying to just slice and dice them, that's what I thought would happen. But this guy had no business going for that. There's still two people around the corner, and yeah, that's a brave move by Batra right there. Anna saying wall todo.
No, and I
was getting broken every round.
And I telling mid-wall Toro. And now I'm not scared to read his banners as well, because he's literally trying to be the team coach. And before the mid-wall is broken, several players are already broken down into pieces. Teams as well are scattering apart. Flick trying to make a move, getting the site entry. Zaya trying to enter through the heaven, getting win frag for herself. And now she's also down and out by Claire's.
Quick exchange of frags leaves this round in a 2v2. The post-plant positions, they're not the best, but this is a good crossfire created between Flick and Euphoria. As soon as Euphoria's angle gets cleared by Archangel, Flick should be able to go around the other side and go for the trade. But now Euphor's caught out in the open. Flick saves him with the Phantom. Both of them survive with very little HP, but they do reach double digits.
2 rounds away from winning the map of Split, and we are going to have the very first content creators winning. They do have several few battles to fight, but one man is still going to be remembered for the way he is playing, Lord Batura Shaw, and the way Zaya is being strongly supportive, being a sentinel and initiator. This combo is working wonders. UFO doesn't need to even step up being the duelist, because all the work is already done by other 2 members of the team. Flick trying to make a move. It is a 5-stack push happening.
All of them creeping in. Archangel and Zaya, they're going to have nasty surprises coming their way. He does manage to go away to the other side of the pillar, but this explosive utility is not going to keep him safe. Backup has arrived. Cavalry is on top of heaven. Archangel, unfortunately, won't live to see the light of this backup. Zaya will be able to trade around the other side, but in a 3v3, the situation does favor the attackers as they are still contemplating whether or not they want to go for the plant. Batra decides to commit fully to the plant. Zaya protects him with her life. 2 defenders still left around the other side, and Lunatic is waiting for UFO. He expected him to walk into his arms, but not walk into his crosshair. Zaya now playing a one-handed angle. The smoke covering her retreat as she tries to face off against the other side as well. Batra does get the kill on the princess, so CT is not going to be a problem, and Lunatic's position is known. And they wildly spray into the dark. Lunatic, the dweller in the darkness, comes out into the light, but can't win the fight against Zaya. And that is 11-4. 1 round away from map point.
Zaya with the pace on the attackers is going to close up to Lord Batura, and if this is the way she's going to play, she might turn into the match MVP as well. I don't know if there's any separate prize pool for the content creators or no.
Oh yeah, there should be, right?
Because this girl definitely deserves the extra MVP. And Lord Batura is also in the need now to pace up, because the chase is real. Now the competition is not against the team chill. It's against with the players themselves about who becomes the match MVP. UFO trying to push in, and the pain shell is going to give a pause. Not so long though.
2 player positions revealed, but still not all that many casualties. Euphoria will also reveal his position. That's the 3rd person spotted by the members of Team Chiller. But the moment they go in for the confirmation, Flick punishes Nightmare. Lunatic caught out with a flash in hand, can't get Euphoria off guard, and that is him paying the price with his life. How else do Princess and Eclair continue to defend this one? The rotation from Archangel is also caught out, and they don't even need to continue going towards the A side anymore. They just take control of the mid vent and continue moving towards B instead. Princess is able to get the kill onto Flick, but the Paranoia has got Zaya blind. She can't capitalize on it. Could have been a freebie right there, but Princess has to fall back, and Euphoria's got the angle onto her. No escape, no remorse. As Balkaltide, they want to drive this win inside. Eclair is still defending the A side really well, but will they continue going towards her? I mean, they can easily go towards the B side and go for the plant. There's more than enough time. And they're going to leave Raka behind to act as the person responsible for catching this rotation.
The spike is already reached side B, will be planted. Eclair is going to walk through the crosshairs of Raka. Let's see if she's going to get caught with the one shot, one kill, or it's going to be Raka pushing away, realizing the spike is already planted. I should reunite with the team. Lord Batura is going to have a duel immediately. No. Eclair is also taking it pretty slow, but the clock is ticking. She need to make, she was able to contest the side pretty quickly, but she also needs to make a move easily, quickly to get the control, to get the frags, but are they aware she's moving in through the mail room?
Oh, she was walking all this time, but as the time pressure increased, she started to run, and that's how Lord Bertha knew where to look and where to pre-fire. Last round of the half, potentially. And the team that's winning already has 3 massive ultimates available. They could just pop them all right now and end the game here.
Match point, 3 ultimates, and on the other side as well, Lunatic just need one kill to get that, or maybe Altop. We have spotted Lunatic getting those Altops pretty sneakily, and UFO and Raka also one frag away from the ultimate. We might get to see those 5 ultimates together, a wall to get the angle.
No, that wall failed. So what the intention was, Raka tried to go for that wall on top of the box over there so that he could peek all the way into B towers. And since the wall failed, it's still at the bottom. Oh, Lunatic burning, Flick alive, upgrading the weapon as well. There's another Dweller in the dark waiting around the other side. Can Lunatic actually discover this one? Lord Batura, he destroys the knife. So Lunatic knows there's at least one person, but doesn't know who else is there. And the information gets passed over to Archangel, who's already crossed over towards B main side. Gets it on the Batura and everyone else as well. It seems like Team Chiller is finally fighting back. Maybe they still have some life left in them. Or maybe Raka has a clutch potential over here. Hawk versus Tour de Force, and he wins the duel. But Lunatic's waiting around the other side. Oh, Nightmare flies above the skies like a bird. Drops a surprise package on his head.
So the match point still continues for Team Bhokal, and finally we do get to see Archangel plays, but it is deeply late. They are just trying to close it up, and let's see how close can they get into. And now the words are seriously exchanged, unlike the previous ones. No more fun words to be exchanged. They want to end it as quickly as possible, and it is a 5-stack push that is already indicative that it is going to be pretty aggressive against them. It is going to be only one player, which is Archangel. Shall be easy, but he has got an operator on his hand. He gets one and also is able to get away. It was a hit and run case. Will it be registered?
You will not kill my ally.
You should run. But the moment I say that, even Lord Batura goes down, they can go in for a risky reset. But will this be successful? Lockdown keeps Archangel at bay, and so does the Nalparan as he is keep the defense by granting. But will they be able to redeem themselves? Another Nalparan caught in retaliation. But is that going to be enough? Lunatic clearing the way on his team, but not able to find anyone. Soul. Even the showstopper doesn't kill Zion, and all know that it's my possible. Get the value that they are so desperately looking for. Overlay tactics at the base of finally reveals
Last player standing.
Lunatic getting all the kills required. He's trying to stick the DPs as well. He can come back by Polygon, and she's able to defend it really well. Another round going in the bag, and this game is not over yet.
Well, they are moving step by step, slowly and steadily. And we have seen this game happening yesterday itself, though that was a competitive one. This is the entertaining one. This exact pattern moving in from 12 to 7, and the ever-smiling man is also smiling for his content creators. he tend to always smile, and that is pretty good of him. And now let's see, is it going to be a end for Team Chill RR, or Bokal are still going to take some time to win it? You folks getting it pretty aggressive, double satchel with a shorty. Before that, he's going to go for Pain Shell, but Nightmare does have Vandal to work out, but puts a shutdown. Lord Batura going to go for a flash. No work's done there.
Alright, let's see how much Lunatic is able to do over here. The fragment holds them back for just a little bit longer, but Lord Batra still keen on pressing the attack. Can Nightmare get an elevation angle? Oh no, that's the one that I was looking for. Flick is so silent, baited his team and Lunatic into the success, and he gets the knife. But after all is said and done, the disrespect is real. Salt has been rubbed into their wounds, and Batra, he wants to make sure that those wounds are even deeper. Archangel, does he expect the elevation on top? Yes, he does. The flick is real, and so is the clutch.
One step furthermore, they're not allowing the victory so easily. It was all gone, it was all done and dusted. At least it felt like, but still there's a lot to battle from the side of Team Chill. The battle was left and now they are on the verge of finishing it. It took them quite too long to realize that they do have a lot of battle to play, and gradually realizing that flick with that knife made my day better, because I really wanted to see that happening in the content creators at least. Sure, we don't get to see into the competitive circuit. Lord Batura is still going to be the top fragger there. A strong push through the mid, and now they are following Anna's call. Mid-wall Toro, mid-wall Toot Gaya, and now they are on the move. It is a 5-stack push. Smokes, utilities, what not, everything is used in the mid.
Anything and everything to hold them back, just to deny mid-control that much longer. Pop Flash doesn't work. Archangel still survives this one, but hey, as long as there's still breath in their chest and power in their hands, they can continue fighting. They're still teasing Archangel, and Lord Bathura finally has enough of it. Archangel's like, you can't jiggle peek me more than once. You can't go around for the pop flashes so many times. We finally will punish you. Zaya hoping to enter the staircases, but Yupo is holding them back for now. Can he actually survive this one though? Nightmare comes in from vent, and that is a successful flank. Gets them both down. And looks like this team is not done yet. Rocco's holding a very cheeky angle. Nightmare definitely won't check this one. He gets one frag for free, but how many more can he set free? Archangel just around the other side, and he realizes, Raka realizes there's gonna be danger around the corner, but he's more than happy to face it.
We did talk about it. If Archangel is functioning well, Team Chill is going to function pretty well, and I believe they are closing in. And now I cannot say it as a slow and steady wins the race. They are not allowing a single round, falling into the favor of Bokal tight. It's all about Chill RR now. And Zaya and Lord Batura still pretty close. Flick as well. He got a knife attempt. He win the duel of knife. And now he has also got the ultimate ready. They are pushing in on the side. Boombot sent. Raka with the pistol. Well, there's nothing much more that could have been done there. Nightmare had a Vandal, already upper hand, still put to shut down. Flash was supposed to work wonders, but Flick still manages to take down Lunatic.
Oh, lovely shot by Eclairs. And that's the spike down, but she needs help. Cavalry is on its way, but from vent, and I don't know if they will be able to get a dime to help her out. Eclairs doesn't survive this encounter, but at least it's now boiled down to a 2v2. Both the attackers trapped in A heaven. Pink says, still looking, going to explore on a reconnaissance mission, hoping to find out if they're still there on heaven or if they've fallen back. But she will get a nasty surprise in the form of an answer, and that is a bullet to the dome. Archangel with the AWP up close, and while he's pretty accurate on it, will he still retain his accuracy while going up the rope, or will this one turn into a noose? Zaya didn't see him. This could be a big thing. They don't know where he is. He could stop them from getting into the side, and Zaya walks out into the open. Archangel misses the shot. That's the opportunity gone, and his position revealed. He's still paranoid about his back. He knows for a fact there's going to be at least one player inside of screen, so he's wondering whether or not Flick will go around the other side and try to circumvent him. But since he's low, he's not going to take any risk either. Oh, the paranoia. This could be the push right here and now, and Flick ends it. Lovely win by Batura, Raka, Zaya, Hydra, Flick, and UFO. Great stuff as they win the Content Creators Battle, match number 1. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not it. We're going to have many more matches ahead of this one, so stay tuned.
Time for celebration, and it definitely calls for celebration here because winning was pretty easy, at least it looked like for a while, but then gradually everything changed, everything turned the tables, and they were trying to work out into the best of possible manner. And now we are going to talk to Mamba. Indeed, we are going to listen to what Mamba has to say.
Oh yeah, of course they're discussing what happened in the match as well, but at the same time I would like to request the players to come up. If we could have you, Hydra, come up. Everyone, as a matter of fact. Batura, come up. Sabko leke aaja. UFO. But it started off as a crazy one-sided affair. Lekin end mein comeback ke आसार नजर आ रहे थे, but the entire team was there cheering for you.
Yes,
लेकिन
yes.
एक बात बताओ, players बैठ के cheer कर रहे हैं, आप खेल लो कैसा लगता है?
अच्छा है यार, मैंने सबसे पहले देखा अनुज भैया, भाभी, अन्ना है, तो फिर अच्छा लगा। फिर धीरे धीरे सब लोग आ गए, हेलेफ, अंकिता, एस, मोहित, पूरा वीएलटी का टीम आ गया, तो फिर अच्छा लगने लग गया।
अगली बार मुझे लगता है कि एक को बिठा के मैं ही बैठ जाता हूँ, because watching you guys play when I want to play.
बहुत मस्त एक्सपीरियंस है, आपको बैठना चाहिए यार, you can.
अगली बार आपकी जगह बैठता हूँ मैं, ठीक है, चलेगा ना पक्का?
We'll swap our positions.
चलेगा पक्का?
I'll do your thing, you do mine.
You played in LAN, ठीक है, मैं डेब्यू कर लूँगा यहाँ पे, मुंबई में खेल लिया आपने, but Batura.
Done.
Here's your mic. Best down south, proving why he's the best down south. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause for Batura?
Night biryani pakka macha for you.
Pakka?
Pakka biryani on my
बिरयानी
side.
के लिए क्या-क्या करना पड़ता है यार यहाँ पे? But how are you feeling, man? You played wonderful.
I mean, I just did what I did, and I always play wonderful. So.
Hey, नहीं, hello, please, hello. You do this, no? अन्ना भी बोल रहे नीचे उतर।
नहीं, अभी देख अन्ना को फर्स्ट रो में।
नहीं, एक बात बता, इतना ट्राई किस लिए करा दे? देखो VLT का मेन लाइनअप में खेलना है।
VLT का मेन लाइनअप में? So, I didn't understand.
I'm asking, do you want to play in the main lineup of VLT or what? Why are you tryharding so much?
I'm not damager. I don't give any leaks. But I'm sorry. I'm not damager. But it was fun playing. I mean, coming from the hometown, facing the same crowd. I mean, yeah. So.
But what do you have to say to all the fans, all the people watching at home?
To everybody watching, thank you so much, and eat a lot.
Hey, before I let you go, you have to say something in the local language, man. Look into that camera and say it.
I mean, I'll tell you what is written for Team VLT there. Nan wheelway ninetayo. We're coming strong. That's for team.
Thank you so much, man. Congratulations once again. But ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to go on a really short break. When we come back, we'll have two wonderful teams going up against each other. We'll have Velocity and Enigma going head-to-head, toe-to-toe on this very stage. But do not go anywhere because we will be right back.
Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processor.